What is your worst case scenario? You know, the kind that you keep in your head, but you hope it never ends up on your doorstep.
Please sign for this Amazon package.
And more importantly, does Bitcoin fix it? In this episode, we're going to dive into a world of terror where you may just have to ask yourself what's better, shotgun shells or seed phrases?
Shotgun!
12 words you can store in your brain, or 12-gauge shells you can store in your closet? Which one actually feeds you when things get ugly? I'm Oceans. This is Beyond Bitcoin. Which way, Western man? Do you feel it? A looming zombie apocalypse? A fourth turning? A magnetic pole shift? Not trying to scare anyone here, but it seems like every day that passes is closer and closer to doomsday. The threat of nuclear war between global superpowers like we're living in some funner version of 1984. Massive money printing from all nations across the globe. Rising prices, plummeting birth rates, and an inability to afford pretty much anything. What about power grid failures? Texas iced over in 2021. Pakistan blacked out for an entire weekend in January of 2023, and Nigeria lost 19 out of 25 power plants in just last year. When the lights go out, ATMs go out. Or what about centralized surveillance money, CBDCs? Did you know that China's digital yuan auto expires? Auto expires! Imagine the dollars in your pocket rotting like fruit. That's programmed obsolescence for your paycheck. If you put these headlines on a corkboard and connect the red strings, you don't need Hollywood to serve you any doom. There's plenty of it right here. It's already in the news cycle. So if trust in the old rails is wobbling, what actually holds up?
Are you familiar with Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is not a cape-wearing superhero, but it's built different. For one, it fits in your head.
In my head.
A 12 or 24-word seed phrase can cross borders with nothing but a passport. And sometimes you don't even need that. This feature alone has immense value in the future when considering geographical arbitrage.
Here's the thing. A lot of the people who have these kinds of attitudes come from families and from cultures where there has been a time in the past 2 generations where you leave in the middle of the night with all of your belongings in a pillowcase and with people with guns and dogs after you trying to murder you. And this happens today in Syria, right? It happened 1 generation ago to my parents' generation in Greece with the Nazis. It happened to the Russian people. It happens to people all over the world. And when that happens, and it's really close when it happens a generation before, right? Your parents tell you the stories. It's a different feeling. It hasn't happened to most Americans in at least 2 or 3 generations. But when that happens, what do you put in the pillowcase? And I'll tell you something. The pieces of paper are worthless when that happens. And that's why some people do want to have physical coin. Now, one of the things we've noticed now is that digital currencies may start to serve a role. The fact is that you can memorize 12 English words and carry your entire Bitcoin wallet in your head. And if you do that, well, you can...
12 English words?
Mm-hmm. But think about the power of being able to transport an unlimited amount of money simply by memorizing 12 words that can't be confiscated from you when you're a refugee.
It's amazing. I mean, look, the whole idea behind it is incredibly fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
With Bitcoin, there's no permission to transact. Sign a transaction, bounce it off a satellite, and it clears. Nobody's at a gate looking at a stamp, wondering if it's really you. And all this talk about inflation, but as we know, Bitcoin has a 21 million cap. 1 line of code puts an end to politicians increasing a debt ceiling.
Just 1 line, just 1 little line, that's all.
And probably one of the most amazing features of Bitcoin is its offline tools.
The internet fortunately does not have a centralized point of failure. In fact, the internet protocol was designed to route around parts of the network that are down. And the internet was explicitly designed by the U.S. Department of Defense to even be able to survive a nuclear war. You can certainly shut down parts of the internet, and governments occasionally do this as a way of controlling their citizens. Netblocks.org is a great website to keep up on this and to see what repressive governments are doing with their local internet worldwide. But even these repressive governments end up turning the internet back on, not because they care about their citizens, but because all governments worldwide desperately need the internet in order to function and to govern. This is one of the big problems with gold bugs. Their most bullish case relies basically on the end of human civilization, as if humanity is just going to roll over and say, oops, it's gone. Oh well, guess we're never again going to have electricity or the internet. Now, an EMP attack caused by a nuclear bomb, for example, in the high atmosphere, or a solar flare could certainly fry a lot of machines and possibly even cause a temporary global internet outage. But when the electricity and the internet comes back on, your Bitcoin will still be there waiting for you. That's because Bitcoin does not disappear when the internet or electricity gets turned off. It just goes into hibernation mode, a little bit like a cockroach. Both Bitcoin and the internet don't have an off switch. They don't have centralized points of failure, and governments would need to coordinate in every single country on Earth in order to turn off the internet, and then coordinate to make sure that it stays off. This seems very unlikely. It's a very tall order. The US, China, Russia, other large countries don't really coordinate on anything anymore. And as we said, who really depends on the internet? It's every single government in the world. But let's just assume that governments could shut down the internet, keep them down for 5 years. You'd obviously have incredible chaos and a social crisis. But what would happen next if this in fact happened? What would happen is as soon as the internet came back on anywhere, the Bitcoin network would be immediately resurrected and start churning out blocks. Is the Bitcoin network's data backed up securely? This is a question a lot of people ask when they first come to Bitcoin. In fact, it is. Thousands and thousands of copies of the Bitcoin blockchain and the UTXO set are found everywhere in the world, and it would only take one of those copies in order to restart everything. This is a map of all the Bitcoin nodes, all the reachable nodes. They're probably closer to 100,000 nodes once you count the unreachable nodes. But each of these nodes has a full copy of the Bitcoin blockchain.
Mesh nets, blockstream satellites, sneaker net on a cheap USB, whatever that is. Humanity would have to stop communicating altogether for this thing to die. And unless a cataclysmic event is right around the corner to take us all out, which actually it seems like it is,
I think it's the apocalypse.
Bitcoin will still be safe. And even if that cataclysmic earth-cleansing event did occur, Bitcoin will still be safe. If a Bitcoin transacted in the woods and no one was there to hear it, would it make a sound?
And now, deep thoughts.
The sound is money since gold, my friend. Here's a real quick word from our sponsors who just so happen to have everything you need for what I'm describing in this video. Sat123.com. Sat123.com keeps your signal alive. Satellite phones, Faraday bags, solar panels, everything you need in a crisis, Sat123.com has got you covered. And if you go to Sat123.com right now and you use the promo code SIMPLY, you get 15% off your purchase. When the grid goes down, you don't want to be without signal. Go to Sat123.com. Now, this discussion actually begs the question, what happens to Bitcoin when the grid goes down all at once? Unlikely scenario, but what happens? How does the Bitcoin network stay alive?
The engineering of Bitcoin is based upon proof of work, SHA-256 hashing. So the network has evolved such that it uses something like 20 gigawatts of electricity, which costs $5 billion a year, running on $25 billion or more of semiconductor hardware. And that hardware is special purpose, single purpose. It's like specialized ASIC chips. And why is that important? Because if it was CPUs, the network could be attacked by Google or Facebook or Microsoft that had more CPUs. And if it was GPUs, then it might be attacked by the AI data centers. But because it's SHA-256 ASICs, those other types of semiconductors can't be used to undermine the security of the Bitcoin network. It is, simply put, the most powerful computer monetary network, and maybe the most powerful computer network in the world if you calculate power using the SHA-256 hash. Running 600 exahash, you can't dent it with all the other computer power in the world.
So just to clarify, there's like a place where they have all of this hardware and data, and no one, I'm guessing, has any idea where it is?
No, it's better than that. The network is decentralized. If there was a place, it would be fragile. You don't want it to be in one place. It's an open protocol, which means that anybody in the world can run a Bitcoin mining rig, and anybody in the world can run Bitcoin nodes. So imagine tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of nodes and millions of different Bitcoin mining computers spread across thousands and thousands of locations in Russia, in China, in Africa, in South America, in Australia, in North America, in Iceland, in Scandinavia, everywhere. And imagine that's shifting all the time and no one can stop it, right? It's kind of like, where is the cold virus in the human race?
Bitcoin only needs one powered node to keep an updated copy of the chain in that region. Hash rate could crash 90%, but the protocol still responds every 2016 blocks, every 2 weeks. The network breathes, recalibrates, and plods on. Humans are stubborn, man. Miners chase block rewards whenever a generator hums. Merchants will accept something that still verifies on a phone once a week. You give people hard money, and they'll MacGyver the plumbing. Well, what about $5 wrench attacks? Or in the context of this video, zombie $5 wrench attacks? Well, you split your backup, half at mom's or whatever convenience store you've decided to squat in, and the other half might go in a safety deposit box at another jurisdiction. In this scenario, multisig is your friend. Now, some argue that no internet equals no payments, but the barter system is much, much slower. I'd rather wait an hour for a block to clear than a week for someone who wants my flashlight and also has AA batteries. So the question is, which one will keep you alive longer? The sats or the shells? Lead in the magazine or words in your mind? A weapon will likely come in handy during a crisis. I'm not saying get rid of your weapons, but like any other item you might collect in your Resident Evil save chest, if it lives in the physical world, it's subject to all the limitations therein, be it damage, theft, or just plain user error. Bitcoin definitely has its drawbacks, but in this future, you'll likely be able to secure more life for you and your loved ones than a Desert Eagle could. Man, was that not the premier weapon for dropping zombies? Oh, to be 16 again and playing video games on my futon. I love that weapon. How about you? What's your crisis strategy? Let me know in the comments below. And one extra insurance policy now while the grids are okay. Sazmining.com. Sazmining.com takes renewable energy, hydro, solar, and even methane, and they spin it into fresh sats without you babysitting a noisy rig. If the grid limps back tomorrow, you're already hashing. Go to Sazmining.com and book a call with one of their expert team members and start mining today, and not tomorrow when everything falls apart. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you want to see more content like this, go to the Simply Bitcoin channel and hit that subscribe button. You can hit the like button as well right below. You can drop a comment, whatever you want to say. I'm all ears, unless you're like a bot that wants to sell me X5499A. What a great coin that one is. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. I'm Oceans. This is Beyond Bitcoin. Until next time.